Hi, this is Emerald today, and today we're making this cactus planter. And because it's stuffed, you can use it as your pin cushion or just a little small decorated piece in your room. And we'll follow all these steps, and then this simple instruction will be posted, and I'll attach a link for you to follow along. And yeah, let's go through some materials we'll be using and some tools. So here are some materials I use for mine, and I just choose a color, and you can see these are the pieces that hasn't been assembled yet, and this is how it will look like. And I use this as my cactus piece, and then I plan to make my own plant vase, so I'll be using this color for it. And these are just the stuffing you will be using. We have some tools here as well. I use this mini mat, and you can use whatever ruler you have. I just use this because of the size, and some size A needle, and I use 3 strands of floss, big scissors and small scissors. These ones will help you trim off the edges. I find out it's easier to just go with a round shape, and then you can trim off after you finish. But this is how I started. And these will just help you to cut your fabric through. Some embroidery floss. And these has been helping me a lot, and then I'll explain in a little bit how these needle threader works. So these are all the tools you will need today. You probably have seen needle threader everywhere. There are different sizes, different shapes, and different prices. I like this one particularly because these wires stays on very nicely. There is a blade to cut your thread, and I don't know, I think growing up I have used cheaper ones, and then these wires will come off very easily. You basically just break it and you cannot use it anymore. But this one I have been used for about a year, and then it just stays put very well. And so how you will use it is you just get the holes through these 2 wires, and then put your threads through the hole a little more, and then get your needle through it, and then there you have it. Okay, cutting the fabric. So my fabric is about 4.5 inch wide and 5 inches tall. Yeah, and each of this will make you these 2 little pieces, just one small cactus piece. So, and you can, like I said, you can start by just having the round shape, and then you can trim it to have those little spiky part. So I'm going to start with cutting them half. This time I'm just going to cut it like this. It'll probably be easier, and then you'll also get a bigger leaf of your cactus. So now you have a smoother edge here. You can definitely stitch with your hand, or if you don't want to spend those time, you can use your sewing machine. And something to keep in mind is we're using 3 strands on stitching all these edges, so it will keep it nicely together, but there's only 1 strand on your sewing machine. So something you can do if you're sewing with your sewing machine is to adjust your stitch length to a lower stitch length, and so it will it will be more stitches around the edges. And then after you stitch each piece, just take a look and then see if you like it. And then after you finish all 6 little parts, cutting all of them, we can start sewing it together. Well, after you stitch on this edge, it will look like this. So these ends are all together, and now you're ready for stuffing yours. And then you want to stuff them each one individually, so it will give you that little nice separate outlook of the cactus. Something won't work is to put all these center line together while you have it, while you don't have it stuffed, and then it will just be a huge blob of cactus. So that was the first mistake I made. You definitely don't want to do it. So let's show you how it works. What I find most efficiently is to have some of your edges before you stuff sewn, to just stitch a little bit. Right, so because they create that little closing part, you don't have to worry about your cotton going everywhere. And then we don't have to worry about this part. You can start with just a little, and then you start with just a little, and then I usually put in like 2 or 3 times, adding more to it. See? Okay. And then you can definitely add more here. You have some space. And then sometimes you feel like, oh, this is a lot, but you probably want a rounded shape, just a cuter outlook. You can keep adding to it. Okay, now I have all these stuffed, and then I sew some of them together. So what you will do, I will demonstrate. The last part is how I sew these seams together. So all these 4 pieces are kind of attached on this side together, and now I want to finish by attaching this side to this side. And then just run through these closed seam and these inner seam. So you can see I run as close as to my seam in here and here. Okay, so I finished off all my pieces. And if you want to do it like the picture shows, you will just have however you want the planter to be. You can buy one and then just glue it to the planter or the little wood stack. But yeah, that's how you finish this. And I'll probably finish my planter with the fabric I show, and then I'll show you at the end how it looks like, and then you can decide for yourself. Okay, so here's the last thing I want to show you. You can add some French knots as your little flowers on cactus, and I finish it as just like a simple base to it. What you would do is just to cut a circle that can cover your cactus, like slightly smaller, and then this strip I didn't really worry too much. I just cut like a strip out of this full length and stitch around the base and then cut the length to its size, and this is your finish.